I'm going to show you how to create a blueprint on this Google Draw template that I created for you. So, after you've gotten the measurements of rooms in your house, you kind of should have an idea of what size a room can be. Now, if I go back to the directions for our house project, I'll see that the constraints is that one, it has to fit on the sheet. So either the paper that I gave you or this Google Doc that I'm going to show you in just a minute. So the total square footage is between 480 square feet and 1,092 square feet. So if you were to take up all of the squares on this document right here, that would be 1,092 square feet. So you need to make sure that you have at least 4 rooms. You need to have 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen, and 1 living area. So knowing that we need to have at least 4 rooms, I'm going to make sure that I draw 4 different areas on here. So after measuring my house, I saw that, let's see, a bedroom in my house is about 10 by 7. Now, according to the directions, yours has to be at least 8 by 8. So let's see what that would look like. If I take a shape and I did a square and I drew an 8 by 8, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so your rooms have to be this size, an 8 by 8. But I'm going to recreate the room that was in my house, and it's going to be 10, 10, and then instead of 8, it's 7, and that's because my closets take up 2 feet. So, well, let's just do this. 10 by 8. And this is an imaginary house. It doesn't have to follow my measurements exactly. Once you draw an area, what I like about doing it on a Google Draw is where you place it, it's not permanent. Whereas if you do it on the paper, then you have to keep erasing. So I can name this one quickly bedroom. And for now, this bedroom is a 10 by 8. And we can stick in the measurements later, but this is a quick way to kind of label it. And you can always change the colors, but what I like to do is I like to make this a little bit transparent so I can see the lines beneath it. So if I want to do that, I'm going to say custom. I'm going to change this slider on the right, maybe a quarter of the way down or a third of the way down. And now I can actually see the lines behind it. And I can move this wherever I want to. So let's say I wanted a 10 by 8 bedroom. Okay, so that's one room. I'm going to do another room now. I'm going to look at what my measurements were for my kitchen. Well, it's kind of tricky because I have a kitchen right here, a living room, and a dining room. So let's just say that my living room was 15 by 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's say this square right here was a living room. So 15 by 15 about. Okay, let's get a living room that's about that size and see what happens. So if I make another square, I know that this is 10 because I've already gone down 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 by 15. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Kind of a large living room. Well, that's fine. Now, I could leave it this color. If I wanted to, I think I'm going to just change it to a different color, but then I want it still a little bit transparent, so I'll change the slider a little bit and say okay. Now, if this is going to be my living room, I can just quickly label it living room, and I said that this one is 15 by 15. Okay. And we know that this is in feet. And actually, if you even want to go through and do the calculations here, you can do the calculation. So, I mean, for this, your measurements have to be exact. So I'm okay if you go through and you use a calculator by 15 equals 225. So let me go back. equals 225 square feet. Okay, so actually here's my total right here. This is what you're going to want. And I can do this one easily. This is the nice thing about having a 10 by 8 room. 10 times 8 is 80 square feet. And that one was an easy calculation. Okay, so now I have 2 rooms and I can place them wherever I want. And I can move them around. So this is the really nice thing about doing it on Google Doc. After this, I place my kitchen and then my bathroom. And as long as you have those 4 rooms, you're good. But you can always feel free to add a second bedroom, a second bathroom, as long as it fits on this page. So that's how you create shapes. And when you're ready to add these, I will do a second tutorial for adding these symbols to your drawing.